We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
We're a week away from Christmas. What gift? Have you ever gotten a gift that you can tell somebody picked up on the way there?
I would have to say, like, if they just bring maybe a wine, or beer.
Bottle of wine or some beer.
Yeah. Or like, I would say gift card, but I don't really think that,
They show up with a 6-pack of beer that only has 5 beers in it.
Yeah. And you're like, okay. They sold it that way. Sure, they did.
Starbucks gift card, and they're drinking some Starbucks.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
I mean, that's the thought that counts, I guess, right?
Here's the thing. If somebody picks something up on the way over, I appreciate it, because life is so crazy right now that if they took 5 minutes to say, you know what, I'd like to give them something, I'm going to grab something on the way over because I want to be generous and kind and give a gift. I don't care if they bought it 2 seconds before they show up in my house, or if they bought it 2 months before thinking of me. I just appreciate it.
I mean, I know my husband appreciates every time you come over. So.
I am a gift, Emily.
Yes, yes, you are. But I walked myself right into that one. But it's more because you bring a bottle of bourbon. I did not know this, by the way, which shows again how observant I am in life.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a theme we've stumbled upon, where things are just happening. Like, you're skipping through life with shoes untied, bombs going off all around you, and you're just like, yeah, everything's good. Maybe it'll snow on Christmas.
It will. We have a week, okay?
That is the perfect description of you, by the way. Skipping through life with your shoes untied with bombs going off all around you, and like, yeah, everything's all good.
I have to find the positives in life, okay, Kirsch?
Tell me that's not accurate.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying you got to be positive somewhere in life. Can't be negative. How fun is that?
Let's have some positivity. All right, so I'm just going through the list of things that Emily loves the most in life, and we've got Jason Statham and COSI.
Yes, that's a very accurate list. There's nothing wrong with that list, okay? So
it's Kirsch and Emily, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. Yesterday, we brought up the fact that I'm afraid of heights, and she still doesn't believe that. She's calling me a liar for it, because we were talking about that unicycle that goes over the lobby in COSI that you'd ride on the high wire.
Yes.
And that's not high enough to really scare me.
Good for you. That's one of us.
Because it's, I don't know, what is it? Probably 20 feet up or something like that. If I fall, I'm going to get injured. I'm not going to die.
Okay, well, it's enough feet up. So, you can do that one all on your own, Kirsch.
And they strap you in, so you're not going to fall off.
They strap you into roller coasters as well.
Have you ever fallen off a roller coaster?
That is a whole rabbit hole.
You've never fallen off a roller coaster.
You have to ride them to know.
I've been on all of them, every roller coaster. All right, so let's talk about this, and I'm still here to talk about it. Let's talk about this ultimate family membership for COSI that you can win, and it's pretty easy to pick this up.
It is. We want to gift you something I love, which is the ultimate family membership from COSI. All you have to do, or gift someone you know as well, all you have to do is head to our Facebook, Country 103.9 FM, and tell us who you want to nominate and why. Because it is the season of giving, and this is one of the best gifts you can ever give.
Yeah.
Plus, when if you win this, or when you buy someone or yourself an ultimate family membership, you can stop by our Country 103.9 tree. And the seasons of celebration until January 5th,
and
which I think is fun all around.
I kid you, the Buddy the Elf, excitement. That's Emily's excitement level when you say the word COSI.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Which I'm proud of myself that I know the Buddy the Elf excitement, because this is the thing that I was going to tell you that's going to hurt your head. You ready?
Yes.
I've never watched Elf.
I thought you have. You just didn't like it.
No, I've seen pieces of it. Here's my problem with Elf. Will Ferrell.
How would you know if you've never watched it?
Will Ferrell.
Okay, no, that's not an excuse. That's never an excuse for me.
You don't like Will Ferrell either?
No, I'm saying whenever I say I don't like that person, you're like, but you should give it a chance.
No, I never say that. I'm like, that's fine.
Sure. Okay. I'm sure I have like
tell you
decks
that
of fruit.
about. No, seriously. Like Will Ferrell, I'm good with Will Ferrell in small doses. An hour and a half of Will Ferrell, too much for me.
You're not the only one in the movie.
3 episodes of The Office, too much for me.
Oh, I forgot he was in The Office.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so
Yeah.
bad. I'm Kirsch. There's Emily. We've got your Hump Day Hoedown today. All of your latest news and updates from Nashville and country music. Emily puts them together every week. And what do we got going on in country?
Yes, so Jelly Roll wants to be on the cover of Men's Health by March of 2026. He said, I didn't become successful because of my weight. I became successful in spite of it. I love a good goal. Don't you?
He's down. I think I read like 150 pounds or something like that from a year ago or whatever.
Yes, which is amazing. Good for him. Very
Absolutely.
proud of him. Okay, so the biggest country tour is confirmed for 2025, what you have to look forward to.
Okay, what do you got?
All right, Post Malone's big stadium tour.
Okay.
Kelsey Ballerini's Patterns Tour, and Blake Shelton's Friends and Heroes Tour.
That's interesting because I just read the other day. When did the news come out about Blake's tour?
Honestly, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So, like recently.
I just read the other day, maybe 2 weeks ago, that Blake was like, hey, I'm done with The Voice. I'm off of that now. And I just kind of want to go hang on the farm with Gwen and live my best life and all that kind of stuff. And I may not record. I may not tour again. I may not do any of that kind of stuff. Now he's like, no, I'm going to go on tour.
Why not? Other ones to look forward to. Randy Travis's More Life Tour. Rascal Flatts Life is a Highway Tour. Brooks and Dunn's Neon Moon Tour. I want to see all of these.
Randy Travis?
Yes, he was just at Mershon, or is coming to Mershon, I think.
Oh, seriously? Okay, I didn't know that. I missed that somehow.
Yes, and I think it's going to be... Can we go to all of these? Do you think if they're near us, would you road trip with me?
Sure.
Okay. Are you lying?
No, why would I lie?
Okay. I also have to get to this next thing real quick.
All right.
There's a fun Easter egg if you Google Shabuzi's name. Have you Googled Shabuzi's name lately?
No, but I'm going to. Hold on.
So they added a fun Easter egg where the whole page gets tipsy, apparently.
It does. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is insane.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was going to say we have to try that. That's fun. How do we sign up for that?
We have to have a #1 hit for like 8 months.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. When you get to work this morning, just go to Google and Google Shabuzi's name. You'll see what we're talking about. A week away from Christmas. Ooh, it's crunch time.
I still have shopping to do. It's fine.
Do you know that we are going to get 31 feet of snow on Christmas, Emily?
People need to know you're joking because I said I would like a white Christmas.
Well, I was going off the forecast, the extended forecast, which as of right now looks like it won't be a white Christmas. But you're like, have some hope. So 31 feet of snow. We're all going to be snowed in.
I'm just saying, Ohio weather changes all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Let's have some faith.
It does. All right.
I also expect you to send me a picture on Christmas saying, oh, look what I don't see.
I'd send you a picture and be like, I can't get out of my house. There's too much snow. So we're talking about the top artists in country radio 2024, like the ones that got the most play this year, right?
That's correct. So I want to know if you can guess the top 3.
The top 3 that got played in country radio the most?
Yes.
Morgan Wallen has to be in there.
Okay, what number do you think he is?
You said I had to guess the top 3.
Okay. Yep, he's number 1.
So he's number 1. Luke Combs?
Not in the top 3.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, he's number 5.
Luke Combs is number 5. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, Morgan Wallen, definitely number 1. Oh, gosh. Who would be 2 and 3?
I don't think you're ever going to get 3.
What about Jelly Roll? Is Jelly Roll in the top 3?
He's number 2.
Okay, he's number 2. And number 3, I'm never going to get?
This shocked me, honestly.
Gosh.
I know, right?
Can I have a hint or no?
I Okay, well, if you know, this person's song was Billboard's most played country song of 2024. I don't know if that's
Shabuzi?
going to help. No, actually, no.
I was like, how is Shabu? Who's number 3?
Nate Smith.
Really?
Yep.
Nate Smith was the 3rd most played country artist in 2024?
World on Fire was Billboard's most played country song.
Holy smokes.
Yep. I'm surprised you didn't say Lainey. I was expecting you to say Lainey.
I was going to go with Lainey, but
Just for 4.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And wait, who was number 5? Did we say? No.
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs was number 5. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured Morgan Wallen had to be that number 1 spot because I
It's
think
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, it's Morgan Wallen. You turn on any country station and it's Morgan Wallen every 3rd song.
Very true, but I'm not complaining. Are you?
No, not at all.
Oh, there you go.
New Country 103.9. Do you ever get anxiety? I get anxiety looking at other people's phones.
I saw how many unread messages my husband had the other day, and I was like, are you okay?
So that's what we were just talking about off air, the notifications. I am a notification, I don't know the best way to put it. I'm just super...
You're anal about it. Am I allowed to say that?
If I have a notification, I've got to see what it is and clear it.
You know, it's funny you say that because you don't ever respond to me sometimes. So, yes, I'm watching you.
Okay, from now on, when I'm driving and you text me, I will respond to you immediately. I will text and drive and be dangerous and put others in danger.
Wait, no, I'm not. You don't have to. So what you're saying right there is you have to, read those right away then if you're driving.
No, I get to a red light and I read them.
Okay.
And then I
That's
set it
what
down.
I'm saying.
And when the light turns green, from now on, I'll just sit there. I'll block up traffic so I can respond. I'll be like, sorry, folks. Emily needs a response.
I just do this fun thing where I just pin the messages I need to actually answer. And sadly, I'm limited as to how many I can pin to the top.
You're right.
And I have a lot that I need to answer.
So your husband's the guy who has all the notifications, emails and texts and missed calls and everything else.
I don't know how he does it. And I'm like, aren't some of these people important, like people you work with who need stuff done? I'm just wondering.
Right. What about email? How backed up are you on email?
I am very backed up on my personal email. However, I turned off my notifications so I cannot see it.
I did the same thing with my personal. I never check my personal email. Somebody would be like, hey, we sent this to you by email. I'm like, all right, let me go search for it and I'll find it because there's just so much.
Things all the time. I'm like, oh, I thought I think of something. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I thought
about setting up just a brand new personal email. Just, whatever. Here's what I will tell you that I do.
About that many times.
Here's what I'll tell you that you should do with email. And this is my way to handle, an overloaded inbox. Let them pile up for 2 weeks. Right?
Okay.
And then just go through and just delete them all. Because they'll email you back if it's important.
And then you'll just delete that one, right?
No. Then I'm like, oh, okay, let me go search for the email you sent me. That's the way I do it anyhow.
Don't listen to that advice.
Emily, I want to see if you've ever noticed something in Home Alone, because you've seen Home Alone a million times, just like most of us have, right?
This year, yes.
Kirsch and Emily, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. There's something in the movie that drives me crazy every time I see it. Now, I know that you look at movies as, well, it's in a movie, so it can obviously happen.
If I notice something that's wrong, then that means it must be really wrong.
So have you ever noticed there's something in Home Alone with the house that drives me absolutely crazy? Ready?
It's really big to live in.
Well, I mean, it's a nice house. I've actually been to that house.
Of course you have.
It's beautiful. It's a nice neighborhood. Here's what drives me nuts. You know the scene when Kevin sled rides down the stairs and shoots out the door and ends up in the snowbank?
Yeah. Everyone's wanted to do that as a child.
Right. But have you ever noticed that the stairs and the door don't line up?
Nope, sure haven't up until now.
But now that I mention
thank you for that. I can picture it. Yep, right? I can picture this right now.
The stairs
I really appreciate
and the door,
you ruining Home Alone.
If he shot down the stairs at that high rate of speed, he would smash into the wall. He would be in the hospital.
There's a lot of things in that movie where they would have been in the hospital or, I don't know, dead.
The blowtorch to the head.
Is the nail in the foot?
Iron to the face.
The bricks, or is that the second one?
That's the bricks are the second one. But have you ever seen the, there's a doctor who went through and said, here's what injuries you would actually sustain if that happened to you. They would be dead
ruining fun.
5 times over.
So that doctor, why they did that article, it's ruining fun. It's called common sense. Right? You get hit in the head with a brick, you're not going to be okay.
You're right.
Not that hard.
Medical advice from Emily this morning. Sorry.
Who is not a doctor.
Sorry. I cracked you. You get hit in the head with a brick, you're not going to be okay. But yeah, the stair. Next time you watch it, the stairs and the door don't line up when he sled rides down, and it drives me crazy every single time.
Thank you for this edition of Kirsch Ruins Your Favorite Movie.
It's driven me crazy. Has anybody else ever noticed that? 991039. You can text me and tell me if I'm alone on this one. If I'm home alone on this one.
Stop.
All right, so I can't wait to hear what this gift is, because you, a couple minutes ago, were talking about this lady who you found an article about or something that she's divorcing her husband over her Christmas gift because she hated it that much. It's Kirsch and Emily, New Country 103.9. But Emily, you said that this is a gift you would actually love to get.
Yes. So I was doing my scrolling and I saw this guy ask for advice because he said his wife wants to divorce him over getting her Botox. And really? I would love that gift.
A little Botox for Christmas.
And he said his wife had been complaining about her looks and her sagging skin and wrinkles. So if he was just trying to give you something to make yourself feel better, it's not like he was giving her a whole makeover of plastic surgery. Okay.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Here's what I'm thinking with that. Like, if she's complaining about it, I wonder if she had gotten Botox before.
It does not say, or I did not read that far because I was stuck on that doesn't seem like that bad of a gift.
No,
I wish I could get that. But my husband, is a whole thing about Botox and how he doesn't want me to look like one of those housewives I watch.
The Real Housewives?
Yes.
Real Housewives of Johnstown? Could you imagine how good that show would be?
I've got some ideas cooking to pitch to Andy Cohen, okay?
Oh, Ethel that works down on the egg farm. You got Francine, whose husband is working on the Intel plant.
I bet there's some drama with Ethel, okay? There's always drama.
At the egg farm? There is a huge egg farm down the street from you, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
I don't know how I knew that. How did I know that?
Probably because you can smell it sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you get smells from it? Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's country life. Country living.
You know what smell I get? And everybody's got their smell where they live. There's this place, I live south of Delaware, and there's a place in Delaware that everybody complains about. It's like a factory or a steel mill or something like that, and it smells like burning death every so often.
You know what? I will take this smell over Frank Road.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst smelling place.
And if you live by Frank Road, I'm sorry. How do you do it?
Yeah, and you know what? The worst part is if you're driving, let's say you're driving from Columbus to Cincinnati and you drive past Frank Road and the whole poo plant there or whatever is over on the side of 71, it gets stuck in your car all the way to like Washington Courthouse.
I told someone that actually when I called them to tell them I was close. I said, I am smelling Frank Road right now.
It's a thing. It really is.
It really is.
You were just going through, I love this. Well, I don't love the fact that this is closing, but Big Lots on 5th, you were talking about some ideas that you wanted to turn it into because it's going to be a big space that's going to be open because Big Lots is closing a bunch of locations.
Yeah. And do you ever sit there and think about that? Like, oh, that'd be a good place for this or that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, whenever, sadly somewhere goes out of business, but there's just so much room there.
Spirit Halloween.
Okay, yeah, but you can't do that year round. What about an arcade and a roller rink?
Ooh, little throwback, little nostalgia.
Yeah, I'm feeling nostalgic lately. I don't know what it is, but what about that? Do you think that would be a big hit or a flop?
It would. Okay, so it would depend on how someone put it together. Like,
okay.
If it was nice and sort of trendy and cool and yet a throwback for a roller rink.
You know who I think could do it? Pins and 16-bit. I know they're the same, but
yeah.
I feel like if they somehow added a roller rink, they could do it.
Do you know what the other business idea is that I saw popping up around the country that I think is really smart? Now, this would probably be too big of a space for it, but have you seen digital detox bars or a thing now?
No.
I think it's glorious.
You put social media content there.
I want to open one, right? Where people go there and there are lockers where you lock up your phone, you lock up your computer, your iPad, whatever electronics you have. They have no Wi-Fi. They have no TVs. It's basically, they have Jenga and they have board games and they have maybe a bar and a coffee shop or whatever. And it forces people to just sit down and not look at screens and actually have a conversation face to face with someone and be like, hey, how are you?
I do like that idea. I thought you were going to say that one thing you did in Chicago that one time. I know that's very helpful.
Oh, we don't talk about that one thing I did in Chicago that one time.
I think
what
it
are you
was
talking
Chicago.
about?
It was like go-karts, but not go-karts.
Oh, it was, it was called Whirly Ball. And it was bumper cars. And you sort of played lacrosse in bumper cars. Okay, that was awesome.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that, honestly.
You know what? Let's see if we can get big lots. And let's put in Whirly Ball. Holy crap, we're going to be millionaires. Or broke.
I'm going to hope for the best here.
No in between.
Coming soon to you.
You have a story over there for Weirdo Wednesday. Can you shoot it over to me? You said you want me to read this? I want you to read this. It feels on brand for you to read. Oh, good. Okay. I can't wait to see where this... Okay, I got it. Okay. Drunk driver in Colorado. Why is this on brand for me? Oh, no, not that part. Sorry. Okay. I was like, wait a second. This is not on brand for me at all. Yeah, I know. Okay. I've never read this before. I love when she does this to me. A drunk driver in Colorado caused a multiple vehicle crash and told police not to be concerned about his drunkenness because he's a professional drinker. I love how she says this is on brand for me. This is great. Like you would tell someone you are a professional drinker. Thanks. That makes me sound great. When officers arrived at the scene, they immediately found the visibly intoxicated driver. Kirsch, this is so on brand for you. Good Lord, Emily. I take my words back. They found the visibly intoxicated driver and asked how many drinks he had consumed. The unidentified driver responded that he had probably had 10 drinks and said, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a professional drinker. I was thinking like fancy professional drinker. Say it again. Bad. Say it again, Emily. Oh, Kirsch, this is on brand. Good Lord. Okay, officers made him take a breathalyzer test, and he recorded a BAC of 0.326, which is 4 times over the legal limit. Look, I like a cold beer at the end of the day, or a bourbon. All right, Kirsch, let me rephrase this. I think this is on brand for you because the title, professional drinker, reminds me of how classy you are with all of your bourbon collection. Okay, thank you. I also didn't know you had. I'm not out there blowing a 0.326 and causing crashes. I just want to go on record saying that. He doesn't. That's correct. I just meant because you're fancy. Okay, you're a fancy drinker. There we go. Well, if anyone at a bar ever asks me what I want, I'm going to be like, I'm fancy and I'm a professional drinker. There you go. I can see you saying that. That's the thing.